All right, I got some more videos for you. Now I'm gonna keep going with these alien self-portraits, spacecrafts, and all kinds of bullshit. But you know some shit, yeah, like hand tools and shit. Of course, the alien is. I understood the government is trying to block my thought. It's trying to scramble my basically. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, my speech. Understand that. I'll go ahead and mention it again. The government does have a machine that can listen to you think. Think about that shit. As you sit there and think, the government has a machine that can listen to you. Think about that. As you sit there and think, the government has a machine that can listen to you. And they've been listening to me for over 30 years. Think about that shit. That fucking machine has been around since 80 something. And the government, using the Qualcomm and the CIA, have been listening to people think since 1980 something. And the reason they do that is to try and control thought. They know that they are obsolete and they're about to exit. As far as I'm concerned, as far as the majority of the people on Earth are concerned, the government is over. And mainly because they got caught, the machine not only can listen to you think, but can also give you a heart attack. So if there's something that you think about that the government does not like, the operator has the power to stop your heart. They are responsible for a majority of the heart attacks for the past 30 years, and they do it indiscriminately. They target innocent civilians. They are using military-grade hardware, and they are using it on basically anybody and everybody that thinks or is creative. They are aware that I have alien artifacts, and they have been monitoring my thought for the past 30-something fucking years. I caught them about a year ago. Not even understood is different, but yeah, imagine catching somebody listening to you think. I caught them and they have been very belligerent. It's been about 4 months since they have started being belligerent. I caught them over a year ago, but basically kind of sort of took a back seat. Now here recently has blown up and I've made it public. I did write the FBI. And I wrote just about every news agency in New York about them, about their machinery. They're not even understood the technology, and also any and every bit of it that I've learned from it. They do have the ability to stop your heart, and they do all have the ability to torture you from a distance. It is a long distance machine, and I consider it to be bionuclear. And there you go. And they do have the ability to scramble your thought, stop your ability to think, and also erase your memory. Understand that they've been doing this since 1980 something, and it's not good. They have been caught recently, and it was considered a black op, and it was also considered top secret. But because I wrote to the FBI about it, understand it's okay understood. It's not that okay understood. And since I wrote the FBI about it, and just about every news agency in New York, they have gone it's something considered okay understood, you got it, don't worry about that shit. But yeah, they know I have this stuff, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. They don't want me to show it to you, and they communicate themselves with the machinery into my okay understood. It goes far, but understand that the government knows I have these things and they don't want me to show them to you, but I'm gonna show them to you anyway. I'll make a YouTube account and post these videos, and we'll see what happens. They have already stolen some of my YouTube accounts. But I'm going to go ahead and post them anyway. And somebody will see them. Duh, I know shit. And hopefully they'll stay the fuck away from my accounts. But the FBI knows that they have stolen my accounts. And they do have something called the IC3, Internet Crime Control Center, that does handle those things. And they are aware that basically they okay understand that okay understood. They are aware that my accounts were stolen using the technology. They have a process called idea theft. If you have a good idea and they like the idea, basically what they'll do is they'll stump your thought. Basically, they'll make you lose your train of thought and then erase your memory. I understood. And they'll, okay, understood. Yeah, you got the idea. And they'll steal your idea. And basically, they'll use one of their manufacturers. Understand it is a private company in conjunction with the U.S. government, CIA. And what they'll do is they'll take your idea, write it down, and produce it themselves, and basically erase all memory of the idea that you had. It's called idea theft. In the movie, so you know, they understood. There are a few movies out there that talk about the program. The movie Inception is one of those movies, and it goes in depth as far as what the government is willing to do to not only steal your ideas, but also program ideas into your head. Understand that the Sandy Hook was one of those ideas that were given to a person provided by the U.S. government through a private corporation. Y'all understand this is real. Sandy Hook was an inception, and it was carried out by somebody. I understand, by the CIA. Understand that shit. I keep this rolling. Don't worry about this shit. I get my women, and that's what the fuck it is. And I'll show you some shit, all right? That's what it is. I'm fucking, okay, cool, you good. Don't worry about that shit. Irrelevant 1 holy. Irrelevant 1 4. All right, don't worry about it. This is my next meteorite. It's art, yep. And you know it's a hand tool. And also spacecraft. Understand that shit. I know you're with me. So I'll just keep rolling with it. This is the eye, the nose, and the mouth. And it is shaped just like that. Like I told you, there's dragons and shit out there. Basically, what you would consider to be the normal alien look. But there are also dragons out there. And there are also these right here. I wouldn't label them. But if I were to say anything, I would say something like... not really a reptile, but basically something in that shape. You know what I'm saying? But don't go through there and try to name them or label them. Just understand that this is what they look like, all right? And that's what it is. And I'll show you the craft itself. This right here. This is an alien self-portrait. You can see the eyes right there. This is the nose, and this is the mouth right there. And obviously it has an elongated skull, and it shows that it's very intelligent. Imagine yourself holding an alien baby, and that's what it is that you're holding. You can see the eye, the nose, and this is the mouth. And then basically this one does not have a trajector, but if you look at it closer, you'll see that this is actually machine made and machine carved, and it is perfected. And you can see that it'll make it through. Actually, if you can tell, that kind of looks like, okay, you understood, but you can tell that this would make it through friction with no problem whatsoever. You can see it is designed to look like, not even look like craft, but it is craft. You can see it does have a point right there that would go through the friction perfectly and obviously impact the earth. So if you ever see a shooting star or a meteorite, understanding that it is planned and it is aliens sending down self-portraits of themselves, so we get the idea of what they look like. So don't worry about it. I won't be negative. I'll keep rolling with this shit, but understand that shit's going down and the government is actually working on some shit. But don't worry about it. I won't be negative. And I got you. Boom.